There is a doctor, a researcher from Raleigh, who now leads a research lab at the University of Pennsylvania looking for some kind of vaccine for COVID-19. Now, I first introduced you to Dr. David Fajgenbaum last year when he published a book about his own battle with the rare and deadly Castleman's disease. He explained how he's done a lot of self-testing to come up with treatments. Via Zoom, I talked to him about his new research with COVID-19, and I wanted to share with you some of my interview.
Yeah, so I'm alive today thanks to a drug that was already FDA approved 30 years before, and no one had ever thought to try it for Castleman disease, and it's saving my life. This concept of drug repurposing is our best chance for making progress in the short term and helping patients and helping us get back to normalcy as quickly as possible. So our effort thus far has involved going through thousands of studies that have been done, thousands of papers that have been written to pull out what's pretty amazing. Over 150 different drugs have already been tried against COVID-19. So doctors around the world, research labs are giving various drugs, whether they're already approved or experimental, to COVID-19 patients. And the good news is that there does seem to be some activity from some of these drugs. Unfortunately, there haven't been any what you maybe call slam dunks, where the drug is just completely eliminating the disease.
And something that obviously is worth mentioning, one, you are very vulnerable to COVID-19. So you're in kind of a unique situation, too, in terms of even doing this research. How is that happening?
I've decided to not go into the lab. I work from home. I'm able to try to lead the effort without actually going into the lab. And importantly, the work that we're primarily focused on is actually going through medical data. So data, we don't actually need to touch the virus. We can review data from thousands of patients from around the world, get ideas for what drugs might be working and not working, and try to prioritize those for clinical trials without actually having to touch this very contagious and potentially deadly virus.
Isn't that incredible? Now, I also asked David what he wants you to know about the research taking place. For starters, he believes multiple drugs might be needed for treatment. Also, he said there is an incredible response all over the world, with labs refocusing their efforts on, or in the case of David's team of scientists, going over thousands of pages of research, looking for findings, looking for trends with COVID-19. And finally, he wanted to drive home how both the scientific and medical communities are taking, as he said, a, quote, all hands on deck response as they work to find a vaccine or a treatment.